Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Radio Free Wall Street. Our 5 o'clock every day live streaming TV webcast, but we're not streaming live today. And that's because I lost my bandwidth because some prince is getting married. Can you believe this shit? And they're sucking up all the bandwidth to beam it around the world because that's what I want to see. Shit. Unbelievable. Anyway, I got an important story, though, to tell you. A real important one, and that is the BRICS, the shits, the Latinos, and all the third world shithole African debt is about to wipe out. And if you got one of those high-yield retirement savings accounts that you got with the calculator, you're going to get screwed, blued, and tattooed. Now, that's an old Southern tradition, by the way, if you know about screwed. And then the blued part is really disgusting and tattooed. So you need to ask one of your cousins about what that tradition was back then, because I don't want to get into it now. But the absolute positively we're headed to recession. It cannot be avoided, not with magic dust and angel dust. By the way, Donald Trump is doing trade sanctions going absolutely gaga, asshole crazy. He actually got the Postmaster General, drug him into his office and said, look, you need to double Bezos, Amazon's postage fees, double it. And the guy goes, I can't do that. It's set by an independent commission. So that shows you the nasty piece of work you got, vindictive piece of shit for president, anti-business. I'm telling you, this is an oligarch. It's cronyism, buddy. It's me and my buddies, and everyone else can suck hind tit. Now, we're headed for a recession. Rates are going higher. There's no doubt about it. The yields have gone gaga crazy. And the BRICS, well, they're wiping out. Their currencies are crashing. Their cost of financing is going up. They are in deep shit, and you need to pay attention. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's running around. He's going to do sanctions against Maduro. I had some hope that the military was going to step in for the election. We had gotten word that there was a plan of that. And it turns out a few people ended up having suicide with machine guns, and that's not going to happen now. So he's going to win the election, and Donald Trump's going to put more sanctions in there. Now, Venezuela is producing about 1.234 million barrels a day. That will get absorbed somewhere into the market. The story here is that you really need to embrace is absolutely that this third world shit debt that was paying a high yield. Well, there's a reason why they're paying a high yield, because when they wipe out, you don't get nothing, and they want to make you feel good until they, it's like, oh, well, we're going to wipe them out, but don't tell them to after dinner, So this is that kind of deal. And it is ugly, 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 okay? And the Italian coalition, you can regard it as part of the third world shit debt, is coming into power, and they are going to piss all over the euro, and they're going to go back to, you listen to me, the beautiful Italian lira that devalued the shit out of it. That solves their debt problem. The Spanish go, we'll do the same thing with the peseta. That's going to happen. And you got Brazil's currency's been collapsing, Mexico currency collapsing, and all the Latin American shitholes are wiping out as we speak, and it is another Latin debt wipeout. But it's not there. African, let me tell you guys, all this Zenit Bank and all this bullshit, okay, I've been watching it, barfing all over myself, presenting the new Africa and all the changes. Well, if you believe that, loan them your money because they ain't going to pay you back, and say, that's okay, I understand, because you're emerging. This is the emerging continent. It's been emerging for about 50 million years, and it'll be emerging for the next 50 million years. And everyone who's stupid enough to put money in there is going to lose every damn thing they invest. So we're now at the next phase of the wipeout. Are you hearing me? That's not maybe, not shit. The IMF is down there right now trying to spread shit and a bit of money to try to get this thing working. It's not going to happen. Are we understanding each other? Latin America debt is wiping out. Okay? Venezuela is going down, and it has a whole lot. Venezuela's got about $100 billion in debt. Now, where do you think that debt is? Do you think that debt is held in a Goldman Sachs retirement account for the members? Do you think it's in the trader's account in the high-yield savings accounts? Or do you think it's in your retirement 401k, Roth, DK, REK wipeout account? Get out of that shit. It's chock full of shit. Remember chock full of the heavenly coffee? Well, this is the debt from hell. Okay, the debt wipeout is upon us. The Latin American debt has wiped out. African debt is next. Oh, don't even get me started on all the other third world shithole BRICS debt. Brazil is in crisis. Chile, Argentina, Mexico. Just work your way around there. Colombia, Venezuela. India, lots of debt there. Don't let them shit you. They're in trouble. Brazil, oh my God. Russia, they got sanctions up the ass. They're going nowhere fast. India, China. Now, you want to talk about the biggest debt holder in the world? You know, we talk about the China miracle, and Donald Trump, gets a full head of steam about that. But remember, they put themselves in massive amounts of debt to capture the U.S. market. So whatever they got, they gave back to us. And this is going to end up very badly. So we are here. This time has arrived. Now you add to that the crazy shit Donald Trump is doing with sanctions. Next one, he's putting more sanctions against Venezuela after the elections on Sunday. He's going to do it. And you got yourself an, oh, shit. This is a vindictive, evil man. He is really, really doing crazy-ass shit. He settles these scores, okay? This is not how you work it. And remember, I want to say something to you. People understand what they're dealing with him, and they will settle the score, too. So when it finally comes time for Donald Trump's impeachment, I believe that's going to come. See, they can't prosecute him. Well, they sure as shit can impeach him. And that's how I think this is going to go. You're going to be shocked at the enemies that pop up there. Oh, by the way, Camel's CEO quit. You can't run a goddamn soup company? What the hell's wrong with you? And I lost Blank Fiend. I love the Blank Fiend of Goldman. I mean, that solves it all. It tells you exactly what you're dealing with. Now you got a guy who makes Black Fiend look like a saint, and that's this guy Solomon, and he's coming in next, and oh my God, you talk about evil shit. Oh, wait till you see. So my big story for you is the thing I want you to understand, the thing I need you to embrace with your heart and your soul is the third world Latin America shit debt wipeout has already started. Have you got that? It's already here. It's upon us, okay? And did I mention that, oh, shit, it's going to wipe out your debt? See, Latinos don't hold their debt. They sell it to you. And then you got those guys from like Blackstone and BlackRock and Goldman and Vanguard and State Street. They love you, right? They've done those little calculations for you, and you got the salesman, and they talk you to buying shit. Well, what happened is he's not going to wipe out, see? And when the debt wipe out, he's going to go, by the way, I've been down this road before. I've seen this. We go, oh, we're sorry. We didn't know. Oh, my God. It's so sad. Oh. And they're going to cry with you. And then when they hang up the phone, they're going to laugh, going, yeah, I got this asshole. You should have heard him on the phone. He's screaming he's got nothing left. You put your money in treasuries. TreasuryDirect.gov. That's too hard to figure out, right? TreasuryDirect.gov. And you go, yeah, give me some of that 10-year paper. Oh, yeah, and it'll be there. There'll be no sad stories. You'll get your money. The yield will be fantastic. Okay? So for chasing a couple extra points in yield, you went where? Venezuela? Argentina? India? What the hell were you thinking? I watched them buy as Venezuela was going down, Venezuelan debt. And you go, hello? Hey, stupid. They give me nothing there. They got a dictator, commie bastard. You're supposed to be the height of capitalism. Yeah, but the yield was higher and it makes my numbers look good for my boss. I don't give a shit. That's what they say. That's really how they do it. Now you got a 100-year bond that people bought out of Argentina? Shit. That's crazy shit. A 100-year bond out of a country that's wiped out every 10 years or so this century. And now you expect that in the next 100 years they're going to be there? That's some crazy shit, guys. You sit there and you go, is anyone doing any thinking here? Is there anybody with a brain in the room? And you go, well, no, it's Wall Street. They don't have to have a brain because they're taking your money, sucker. I am warning you. Get out of this shit debt now. Don't wait for them to go, oh, we're so sorry. If there's anything we can do to help, let us know. Maybe they'll have like therapy rooms, where you can go and they'll talk to you and say, well, really, why do you love your money so much? You need to be in touch with yourself and have confidence in your ability. Can you see the therapist they'll hire? Spread joy. You'll go, that money wasn't good for you anyway. And we really did you a favor. You're going to get in touch with your religion, and you're going to get in touch with your friends, and you'll live off your kids, and you can bond with them again. And camping out is a wonderful. I'm telling you, they're going to put people in this shit debt, and they're going to laugh all the way to the bank, and they're going to give you a therapy session. I'm telling you, a freaking therapy session. This is going to be so ugly. Oh my God, are you ready? Oh my God. The Latin America debt, you know what that is? That's your debt going down the toilet, because it's. Oh, you want to hear the really good part? That shit's already wiped out. Yeah, yeah, it's already wiped out. See, when the recession comes, that's kind of like when they tell you they wiped you out. But until then, it's like inquiring minds don't want to know. Let's not upset them. I mean, they're older people. They have weak hearts and stuff, so we'll just explain to them that, you just have to wait a little while longer. And remember the retirement calculator? Well, let me tell you. That was the biggest con job I ever saw in my life. And this is going to be so ugly. And this is going to end up so bad for so many people. It really is a heartbreak, okay? So if you drive by those tent cities, if you aren't careful, that could be you there. Get out of this debt now. Cash in this retirement shit. Your 401ks. Tell your boss you need the goddamn money now. Your mother's sick, your wife, whatever story you got to give them, get the freaking money and run while there's still money to run with. Because if you don't get the money and run, you're going to have nothing. And you got that? Is that getting through here? Okay. So it is really ugly. And it's really going to come unglued here. We are in a recession, okay? What part don't you understand? Okay, when you hear the interest rates going higher, do you go, wonder what that means? Or do you say, wait, until we go higher? Ding, ding, click, click. I remember every time that happened, we go to recession. Then you go, oh, Latin America, debt wipeout, and their stock markets are plunging every day. Their currencies are at record lows, and you go, ding, ding. Warning, warning, wipeout coming. Warning, warning, shit about to hit the fan. Warning, warning. Or do you sit there and go, oh, I know it'll all work out okay in the end? Really, people actually sit there and do that shit? This is going ugly. This is going into Wipeout City. This is the time that you're worried about all your life and said, well, I hope I don't get caught in one of these. Guess what? Game, set, match, they nailed your ass. If you've got this third world debt, you are going to wipe out. Is that pretty clear? Wipe out. And the wipeout is going to be so big and so bad and so ugly that it'll be talked about for another 100 years like the last Great Depression. There is no chance that this works out well. There is no chance that these situations get reversed. It's not going to happen. You got it? Not going to happen. There is a wipeout on the horizon. Interest rates are soaring. And let's do another duh. Currency values are collapsing. They cannot pay their debt. They will not pay their debt. And you ain't going to get shit from these people. And when Wall Street gets the debt and kind of divides it up and says, oh, yeah, this has been your retirement account, what are you going to order them? How do you know when they slip that debt up your ass, okay? I'm telling you, nasty. Oh, my God. Evil, conniving, hello. That's how they get the job on Wall Street. That is the job description. How many people can you screw? Okay, we'll give you a desk. Now go get on your merry way. People are being wiped out. The shittiest, most nastiest crap debt you've ever seen is being dumped into your account as you speak right now. The debt wipeout has happened. There's no reversing this. There's no, well, we got to see what's going on here. We got the laughing curve, and the more we give the corporate big shots, you see, they wake up and they go, who loves you, baby? And they're going to give you pay increases and new jobs and factories. Now, you know what I find amazing? People believe that shit. They believe that shit. Oh my God! And now we're looking at the biggest wipeout you can ever imagine. And, it's not like, I've been talking about it for a while, as you know. It's not like, well, maybe, could it be possible? It has started. We're here. It has started. It has started. The debt markets are collapsing in the third world shitholes, all of them, okay? Well, it's an opportunity to buy more debt at a higher yield. I hear the shit they're talking, and it's just incredible spin, okay? Look at the markets. Is this not a market that's warning you that shit is looking ugly? Is this not people who are absolutely, in a funk? Pay attention here. This is not going to end very well. And when it comes unglued, you're going to be holding the bag, okay? Ask Bernie Madoff suckers. They're still waiting on a settlement. Do you know that bankruptcy guy has paid himself over $1 billion chasing after Bernie's assets? He should have gone to jail, not Bernie, He can get nothing. There will be nothing in this thing but nothing. Are you hearing me? Is this getting through to you? It has turned ugly in the past few weeks, and uglier faster than I imagined. Do you understand ugly as in wipeout? Do you understand ugly as in shit hitting the fan? Are you understanding the stock markets are collapsing? Good. Are you understanding the debt markets are in a frazzle? Are you understanding that it's going really, really bad? Are you understanding they are not going to have your money? Are you understanding this is a recession, a wipeout of capital, a debt wipeout? And in a debt wipeout, the debt of other people are not an asset but a liability. So you're holding third world shit debt as an asset, and it is a liability, as in Wipeout City, as in, oh no, no do re mi. Okay, what part of that is so hard to understand? These guys are playing a serious game. Now, I can appreciate it that they didn't mention it on those business shows. Here, I want you to picture this. Ding, ding, ding. Hi there. This is Joe Bloweroni and Pretty Boy, and we're down here at the Florida New York Stock Exchange, and the closing bell is done by Slam-A-Damn Company, and we want you to know that a recession has started, and we want you to know there's a debt wipeout, and we just thought I'd tell you, right, from this floor of the New York Stock Exchange, okay? That's like a car salesman at the Chevy place telling you Chevy pickup truck's a piece of shit. Not going to happen. It's not in the job description. These are not impartial people. These are dog shit, nasty pieces of shit whose job is to wipe you out. What part of that's so hard to understand? I mean, did you not live through 2007, 8, 9? Did you not learn anything in that? This is done. This is pepperoni. Dead meat, okay, on a stick. The dong-dong balls in Saigon, okay? I mean, I can't explain to you how ugly this is getting and how fast. Things are falling apart out there. Things are coming unglued. And people are just walking around like, yeah, I wonder if there's the pause that refreshes, Or I love the one, see, here's a slam-a-jamma. We want you to know that the forward end rates going up are wonderful for the banks because it increases their profit. I heard that and go, what? What's this shit? I mean, oh my God. With a straight face, he said this shit. I go, who in the hell is so stupid as to believe that shit? I mean, it is just, there is nothing good about that. It is a debt wipeout, guys. Wipeout City, as in, like, death march, plunged to the ground. I mean, you look, the Russian ruble is collapsing. Russian stock market has lost its bid. Mexican peso collapsing, Mexico stock market collapsing. Colombia, Argentina, Chile, and don't forget my good friends Brazilian. Now remember, it's $100 billion of Venezuelan debt. Here, Venezuela debt. It's kind of like, like somebody farted on the blanket. It's like, I know there's a smell here, but nobody's telling me what happened. Listen to me. It is a wipeout. $100 billion is sitting there in people's retirement account. $100 billion. It will never be paid back. Argentina, Colombia, Brazil. Now, don't even get me started on China, India. I mean, it is wipeout city time. And it's going to be ugly, and they're going to have no mercy. So you really need to wrap your head around the fact that, oh my God, something really wrong went here. Something really bad is happening, and maybe you ought to figure out what it is, okay? And maybe you ought to figure out when the Argentina loses its bid on the peso, when these guys are like ducking and covering, and all this management change is going on. I mean, look around you and say, huh, why isn't the market 30,000 now? Remember the rally at the beginning of the year and the end of last year? Why is no one talking about the mighty Trump stock market? Huh. Do you think you can put enough trade sanctions on enough companies to kill everybody's business? What do you think? You think Donald Trump's on top of the situation? Or is this just a guy going absolutely gaga crazy? I don't give a shit about Stormy and all that crap. Just look at the sanctions. Who are we going to put sanctions? Let's see, we got Russia, Venezuela, we got Iran, Kenya, Nunchucks, and now we're working around Cuba, and we're going to put sanctions against, oh, don't forget, our dear friends, the Ayatollahs, they're getting sanctions. Well, now, a sanction here, a sanction there, a sanction everywhere, because remember, when you put the sanction on Iran, well, you're not putting a sanction on all of the countries in Europe that are doing business with them, okay? And this all starts spreading. When you start putting sanctions on Venezuela, well, you're putting sanctions on our oil companies that have made investments there, duh. Do you think Donald Trump understands that, okay? And now we're talking about Canada on steel, okay? So let's continue the list, okay? Steel sanctions on Panama, on Canada, Mexico, let's don't forget South Korea, Japan. Now we go to the European banks, okay? The European countries, they're in trouble there also, right? Now we're talking about, let's not forget China, okay? So now we got sanctions against China. And at what point do you wake up and you go, well, maybe this is getting a little out of hand here? Just maybe this is not the smartest way to handle things? What do you think? Is it possible that just maybe you can sanction yourself to death? Is it not just maybe a little bit possible here that, maybe this has got a little kind of apeshit crazy? At what point do we wake up and go, Don, give it a break, buddy? I mean, you got lumber at issue, you got dairy products at issue, you got U.S. pork, beef, and chicken at issue, you got all the grains at issue. Let's not forget the number he did with the Chinese cell phone company, right? Shitting on Qualcomm and those guys. So at what point do you think maybe you just kind of drop the ball and shit hits the fan, okay? I mean, where is this really going, okay? I want you to really sit back here and grasp it. This is some crazy shit with this guy. Hey, Mr. Postmaster General, come to my goddamn White House office. I want you to double the freight on Amazon. Well, Mr. President, sir, dickhead, I don't have the authority to do that since the Postal Rate Commission sets it. We don't. And he goes, I don't give a shit. This is the art of the deal. Really? What deal is this? This is the art of the vindictive deal? I understand that one. Mexico? Look, you had the leaders from in the past month from France and Germany coming. They did the Donald Trump kiss-ass walk there. Nothing happened. He's putting sanctions. They're going crazy. No one knows where they stand. And now that could have been like, well, you're getting carried away. All right, maybe I got carried away. Now you got all this Latin debt shit going to hell. You got the currency markets of all these countries in the BRICS collapsing. You got interest rates soaring. And you got economy sucking shut, GDP falling, inflation ravaging these countries. Remember, this little gasoline increase may not be a big shit for you, but that burrito guy, that's a lot of money out of his taco wagon. And in Brazil, it's the same thing. I mean, with the carnival expenses and getting naked and spraying yourself with gold paint, I mean, it's a lot of money. So you need to understand that this is not an experienced negotiator. This is a flunky. This is, should I use the F-up word? Okay, but think about it. Watch what you're seeing going on here. Do you really think this is going to end up well? Do you really? Have you really sat there and gone, wait a minute, what is this trade sanctions doing? What are we really accomplishing? Well, we got ourselves a soundbite. Oh, that worked out really well. No doubt Donald Trump's the best guy I've ever seen at soundbites. But is this going to really, 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 truly work out here? They're really, really, really going to be a good thing? Have you been able to convince yourself of that? Or at some point you sit there and you go, you know, I think maybe it's time to run and hide because this crazy guy has gone crazy. We've got sanctions up the ass. Nobody can keep track of them. Nobody knows what the trade policy is going to be. Trade negotiations are falling apart around the world as we speak. Duh. Latin America currency markets and stock markets are in free fall. The debt markets have lost their bid. And you need to understand that there's something real ugly going on here, and it's called a recession. The United States is raising rates significantly. The yield curve is flattening. You couldn't ask for more warning signs than you have right now. So anybody that gets screwed in this thing and doesn't see it, you know what my answer is? You deserved it because you ignored the most obvious stock market crash, the most obvious Latin America, third world shithole, Africa, BRIC debt wipeout, and the biggest stock market crash the world has ever seen, added to by a depression and trade wars that make no sense, with a president who has no agenda. And look, everything this guy touched turned to shit. Okay, he inherited $1 billion. He inherited New York real estate in the 60s and 70s, and a lot of it. And basically, it was just a price increase. Okay, and he lost half of it. So figure it out.